your speech topic, Before It's Too Late. Before It's Too Late, Toastmaster Maram Al Aradi.
God has ordered us to worship none but Him and to be kind to our parents. If either or both of them attain old age, we must not speak to them in words of dislike, nor repel them, but speak to them graciously. Holy words taken from the Quran Karim. Only the wise ones take these vital words into consideration. Pontus Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, a warm good evening to you all. Allow me to take you back in time. 8 years ago, my school organized a trip to the nursing home, where a pretty and short nurse welcomed us and showed us around. As for me, I took a detour and wandered in the place away from the teacher. That's when I was drawn to this old man sitting next to the window. His face was curved with wrinkles, and his eyes were filled with tears. What a cruel sight. I slowly approached him and asked him what was wrong. He wiped his tears and he began to tell me his painful story. I was once a young man married to a righteous woman, and I had 2 beautiful daughters, Selwa and Layla, and 2 great sons, Ahmed and Sami. God, I miss those days. And he left his head up high, and he asked, "What have I done to deserve this? Was I a bad father?" Tears burned his cheeks as they poured down his face. Then he continued his story. "I give them everything: love, care, affection, what I can afford from material things. And how did they repay me? By putting me in this misery hole. I worked hard for them because I love them, and I still do. And when I grew old, and when I needed them the most, they were not there for me. No, they placed me here. Why? Because I was powerless. Because I was disabled. You know, my child, I imagine my baby Layla running through that door and rescue me. Take me out of this jail." I still remember my Salwa buying candy and my 2 little boys playing football with their friends. Those happy days will never return. His eyes were drowned in tears again. And I could not help but to cry as well. Unfortunately, time has run out, and it was time to go back to school. On my way out, I begged the nurse and the teacher to give me the address of the old man's children, because I was determined to go and speak to them. A few days later, I went there with my mom, and I sat down and I spoke to them, and I tried to convince them to at least go and visit their father. I tried my best, and I left. And they kept on thinking about their father while his health condition was getting worse day by day. It took them 3 months to finally go and visit their father. Little did they know that their father's life was about to be distinguished. They woke up the nurse and asked her about their father, while he was watching them the moment they stepped inside the nursing home. And as soon as their eyes met, he smiled and whispered, "I can die happy now." At a sudden time, his heart began to weaken, and suddenly, it stopped. A crack of smile on his face, lying down on his deathbed. As his words were fading away, letters dispersing, sentences pausing, scattered in the air, where he lied, motionless. Time has slowed down to a near stop. He knew that his time was approaching, and he tried to shed final words, but instead, he just lied there, an expression of happiness, as death swept his pain away. Life to lifeless. Sorrow began to grow. Tears were dropped as the children could not handle the shock. And sadness soared. The children cried a lot, especially at his funeral, because they did not just lose their father, but because they did not have the chance to talk to him after all these years. Why did they take such a long time in the first place to just go and visit? So, fellow Toastmasters, don't ever postpone anything, especially when it's related to your parents. They will not live forever, and so won't we. So don't wait, or it will be too late.